Hello, welcome back to Simon Rants. I'm Simon. Today we're doing the top worst movies of 2022. Let's do it. Before I get into the list, I have to say these stupid things that you have to say at the beginning of every video, so I'm gonna say it. I haven't seen every movie that came out this year. So I haven't seen probably the worst movies to come out this year. At least not all of them. Especially because I avoid bad movies, typically. So yeah, I've seen some of the worst movies of this year, but I don't seek out bad movies. Most of the movies on this list were movies I went into expecting to be good and was disappointed by. So this is kind of like the most disappointing movies of the year list for me. Except for there's some movies that I didn't want to see and just happened to see, and then they were awful. So they're not disappointing, they were just awful. So it's kind of a mixture of both. It's partially the worst movies and partially the most disappointing. Whatever, you get the idea. If I left off a terrible movie that you saw and you hated, comment about it, you know? I won't read it or anything, but it'll make you feel better. Let's get on with the list. Number 10, Amsterdam. Yeah, this movie should have been good, right? It's got a great director, it's got a great cast, it had a different, interesting, original plot, and then somehow everything about it was terrible, except Christian Bale was okay, because Christian Bale has never acted poorly in anything ever, but still, Margot Robbie was bad in it, John David Washington was bad in it, Christian Bale was only okay in it, Chris Rock was in it for some reason, and the directing was mediocre, the writing was like a Scooby-Doo / Blue's Clues level mystery that was stupid, the editing was atrocious, this movie was just a mess from start to finish, and I don't know why. So many talented people in one room, and Taylor Swift, and it was bad. I don't know why. Number 9, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. You want to talk about Nazis? I hope they come out with sequels to this where they do Disney adaptations where Bambi's mom gets shot by a Nazi, Cinderella's mom is part of fascist Germany. Let's just put fascism and Nazis into every Disney movie, every classic fairy tale. It'll be great. It definitely won't be pointless and totally odd or uncomfortable at all. It'll be good, right? Right? That makes sense. Sure, let's do that. Number 8, Men. It would have been great if this movie could have had a message that was deeper than men suck. I get what they were going for. There was definite messages here. There's supposed to be, this deep meaning behind stuff about how the sins of the fathers are passed down, yada, yada, yada. It just ended up being, this really cringy, gross horror movie that I never want to watch again. Were there elements of it that were cool? Sure. Not enough to outweigh seeing one man give birth to another man out of his back. Yeah. That's why I drink. Number 7, Barbarian. Same thing. This movie had so much potential, and that's why I'm so mad at this movie. Is it bad enough to be on this list? Maybe, maybe not, but it's certainly disappointing enough to be on this list. I also don't understand everybody's fascination with it, because yes, the first 20-30 minutes were absolutely amazing. It looked like it was going to be the next best elevated horror movie, and then quickly became a dumbed down monster movie where the monster, I get it. Barbarian is about the old guy in the basement. It's not about the monster. The monster isn't the old lady, it's the old man. I get it. Your commentary wasn't deep enough to make up for the fact that the monster of this movie is a giant grandma running around naked. How was I supposed to find any of this scary? I was laughing the entire time. Once the reveal happened, after Bill Skarsgård's head was caved in, everything after that was hilarious, not scary. Yes, parts of it were supposed to be funny, and they were, but everything that was supposed to be scary after that was also funny. So you just missed the mark here, and I don't know why everybody likes this movie so much. I really don't. Number 6, Don't Worry, Darling. So once again, we got a bunch of talented people and Harry Styles and put them in a room and still somehow couldn't make something good. Now granted, it was a bunch of talented people and Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde. She's not particularly talented either, but okay. My problem with this movie was nothing made sense, nothing mattered. It went from this dystopian future horror thriller thing to The Matrix to not The Matrix, because you've got superpowers when you know where you are and you can make things blow up and stuff, but then you're never going to use it again. Also, men are shit. We're doing that a lot this year. Men ain't shit is the theme of 2022. You gotta put more thought into it. That's not an original thing to say anymore. Like, put some oomph into it. Put some creativity into it. Don't just say, yeah, fuck them. I don't know. It was not good, and Florence Pugh deserves better. She is an angel, and this movie was hell. Number 5. Thor: Love and Thunder. I don't need to say anything about this movie. I think everybody knows it sucks. It's unfunny, it's unoriginal, it's stupid, like insultingly stupid. It wastes one of Christian Bale's better performances of the year, and just it does nothing with these characters that could possibly be hilarious, possibly be great, and just makes one of the worst stories ever imaginable. It's also just frustrating that it's like, Taika Waititi wrote and directed this. My dude made Jojo Rabbit, one of my favorite movies to ever be made, yet when given double the budget of that movie, makes the worst superhero movie of the past couple of decades? What a shame. Like, I just, not good. Number 4, Elvis. In case you wanted to see a movie about Elvis's manager, as opposed to Elvis, this movie does pretty well at that, as long as your version of Elvis's manager is a really fat Tom Hanks doing the worst accent of his career. Also, we want to add in rap music by Doja Cat and Eminem and CeeLo Green and stuff. And then, meanwhile, we're going to claim that Elvis, who was famous most for stealing black music from black artists, and we're going to turn him, that guy, into a civil rights activist for some reason. It's one of the least accurate biopics ever possibly made, with some of the worst acting I've ever seen, some of the most horrendous and nauseating directing and camera work I've ever seen. Oh, and it's also 2 hours and 39 minutes for some reason. It's god-awful. This movie getting Oscar buzz is hilarious. This movie is so bad. It really is. Please stop saying anything positive about this movie at all, except for that it's hilarious. Because it is funny. It's too long to be funny, because who wants to watch a 2.5+ hour comedy? Like, those aren't really things. It's like 90 minutes, get in, get out. I don't want to watch bad acting and laugh at it for 2.5 hours. That's too much. Number 3, The Princess. So, you may not have heard about this movie. I hadn't heard about this movie. And then for some reason, it was on my parents' television when I walked into the room, and I could not tear my eyes away. Because I saw about 5 to 10 minutes of it, and was like, oh no, I think my eyes are bleeding, let me get away. And then I said, wait, if I've already seen that much of this movie, I should sit down and watch the rest of it so I can put it on my top 10 worst movies list, because it will definitely be on there. So I sacrificed my time to force myself to sit there and watch this movie, and oh my god, it was too bad to be direct to Hulu. This made Hulu look worse than Hulu already is. So if you don't know anything about it, like I didn't, the basic premise of it is that a princess is going to be forced to marry somebody she doesn't want. There's some sort of invasion, yada yada yada. She turns into the princess of Persia, and all of a sudden is the best fighter in the entire kingdom, can single-handedly take on the entire royal guard, all of that bullshit, like women power, yay, type nonsense. It's like a Barbie movie made for adults, but like not in a good way. Like not with Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling. Like just bad. Really, really bad. Like so bad I didn't do first thoughts on it because I was just discouraged. I was just depressed. Like I was just like I need to lay down. And I did for like a week. I was like I'm ill. I can't talk about movies anymore. Mama, I see the light. I see the light. Oh wait, no, it's just the end credits. Number 2, Pinocchio. The other one. Disney and Robert Zemeckis were somehow able to make a Pinocchio movie so bad that everybody pretended the other Pinocchio movie was good for some reason. That's just how bad this movie is. Tom Hanks constantly outdoing himself to try to deliver the best Razzie-nominated performance. Like, he's probably gonna get nominated twice for Razzie, like, and he might win. I would love to see, like, somebody sweep. Like, they're the entire category. It's like, up for nomination for worst actor of 2022 is Tom Hanks for this, Tom Hanks for that, Tom Hanks for this, Tom Hanks for that. That'd be great. He could just stand up and walk onto the stage and announce it himself, because he wouldn't care. It's like, well, I know it's me. Anyway, what was I saying? Obviously, all of these Disney live-action remakes have been awful. They always have been. They've been terrible since they started doing this, whenever that was. But they still somehow keep getting worse and worse and worse. To the point that this movie was so bad that even Disney was ashamed of it and didn't release it in theaters and put it straight on Disney Plus and didn't, like, advertise it at all. I don't remember seeing any ads for this movie at all. Yikes! And the number one worst movie of 2022, or at least in my opinion, is RRR. And no, I'm not having a stroke, that's the name of the movie. So in case you don't know what RRR is, or Rise, Roar, Revolt, that's the original title apparently, it is an absolute slogfest of a movie that's coming in at over 3 hours and is exactly what you would expect when you hear the phrase Bollywood on a Hollywood budget. So if you've ever seen Bollywood, you'll know that it makes the Fast and the Furious franchise look realistic, with their action sequences being so laughably bad and horrible. But normally the special effects are so bad that it makes it even funnier. This movie has like an actual Hollywood budget, like a Fast and Furious level budget, so like they're able to do this stuff and make it look semi-realistic, and you're just like, these two worlds should ne'er meet. Like, this should not happen. Now, I do still want to say that this movie isn't the worst movie of this year. To me, it was the only so bad it's good movie of the year. There was plenty of really, really bad movies that I didn't enjoy this year. I enjoyed the hell out of this movie because it was shit. So that's why I have to put it number one, because it's like a whole separate category where it's like it needs to win best worst movie, because it was. It really is. It goes above and beyond of making the worst movie possible. Part of my feelings toward this movie are fueled by the genuine lovers of this movie. People think this movie is good. I think. I've spent a long time trying to figure out if they love it because it's bad or if they actually think it's good. I can't tell. I don't know. I don't know if like everybody's going insane or if people are in on the joke here, but this movie is hilariously bad. Like, I wouldn't recommend you watching any of the movies on this list. Except this one. All the other movies, I'm like, please stay away for your own health, for your own safety. Please don't watch these movies. Except this one, I'm begging you, please, please watch this movie. It is amazing. It is so bad, it is astounding. So yes, please, if you ever wanted to see people throw tigers as projectile weapons, or have a swinging fight underneath a bridge with flaming torches and swords and just, I can't even describe the amazing stuff in this movie. Watch it. Just watch this movie. Like I said, it makes the Fast and Furious franchise look like a joke. Oh my god, a joke. So, that was my list. I probably pissed off quite a few people with these hot takes, but I'm not backing down. Those are my honest opinions. You can agree, you can disagree. This is all subjective. Feel free to leave hate comments. I get enough of them anyway. Let me know in the comments below, though, your least favorite movies of the list. What? Let me know in the comments below your least favorite movies of the year, what movies you were disappointed by, and what movies that I should not watch because you hated just that much. Thanks for watching, guys. Please remember to like, share, and if you're new here, subscribe. Thanks, guys. Bye.